small businesses, besides using you or finding you in the chaff of a million carriers that have been exposed in the last 12 months,
Mhm.
what else can they do for middle and last mile?
Well, I think there's lots of traditional 3PLs that offer some solution to that, but unfortunately, the onboarding process takes a long, long time. Because when you think about traditional 3PLs, they have to optimize their asset, right? It's not just, hey, I can give you transportation, but it's if I'm going to onboard you, you're going to use my infrastructure. There's
Mhm.
time, there's effort, there's a lot that goes into it. Some are better than others. And in many cases, I definitely think we're at the beginning of this. We're about adding capacity. And, I think a lot of the feedback that we have gotten is, well, okay, COVID is gone. Things have changed. I'm like, right, the consumer behavior hasn't. So if the customer is shopping online and they're shopping in stores, they really don't care. They still want the expectation of delivery. They still want the expectation of returns. And so the networks that were heavily, impacted over the last couple of years, they still need to change and they still need to modify. And all the work is being done in the final mile, but final mile needs to be made more cost effective. And that's, I think, the major change that everybody's had the aha moment, especially on the VC world. They've all come to the point of, if you can't show aggregation, if you can't show good unit economics because you're able to have multiple partners, once again, going back to that point to point, it's a stinker. The feedback that we get sometimes is, oh, you're final mile. I'm like, we're not final mile. We make it efficient, right? The idea is that we're able to work with partners and provide them good demand that helps them build their networks, because we are taking that little tiny pipe and making it a great big pipe. And
Yes. I'll add something there, Bill, about operational considerations. As large shippers, small shippers, to think about adding multiple carriers, there are little like legitimate physical considerations that they have. It might be dock doors, it might be, placement of their warehouses. And so any way that you can kind of spread that coverage out by adding, a single carrier that can provide service at a greater, kind of coverage area is very valuable. We see that all the time, trying to help play well with partners. We help with zone skipping as well, where we will take capacity for other carriers, and move it through our network for our customers, because we know that's a way that they can use our service a little bit more efficiently. But when I think about like with Fillogic and what you guys do, I think it's very valuable to, kind of unlock, one integration to Fillogic or one integration into that, into your machine kind of unlocks many other carriers, which gives them kind of the economies of scale, where when they're thinking about the consideration of like, maybe I can only add, I'm already using FedEx and I'm already using another, other regional, I only have room to add one more dock out of this facility. I can't add 10 more carriers, right? Even though that they could provide significant value. So I think that's something that we see often as well.